Well, here I am out at Calvary Cemetery. This is New Calvary, Second Calvary to be exact. I've had a special interest in this place for a long time, many years actually. It's because for a number of years I was just as a side thing, I was a forensic genealogist, which is just a highfalutin term for cemetery photographer. People usually from far away, other countries, would hire me to come out here or to other Queens cemeteries to get pictures of their forebears' tombstones. And it's kind of an oddball pursuit to fall into, but it was fun for a long time. I don't know why, but the requests for that sort of stuff stopped coming in. I guess because everyone expects it to be free, but I've seen how that works. And it's one of those things where you get what you pay for. But the reason I'm here today is to take a look at the new Columbarium, which I guess isn't all that new. It went up last year, but it was new to me when I heard about it last week. Now, a columbarium is a departure, to say the least, for Calvary. They've never had a facility like this until now. Cremation is not real popular yet among Catholics. It was the ban on cremation was lifted as recently as 1963. I mean, that's 52 years ago, but when you weigh, 5 decades against centuries of tradition and custom, it's really just a beginning. And it's not as if millions of Catholics were chomping at the bit waiting for the ban on cremation to be lifted. Families that go back generations are all buried together, and a lot of them want to keep it that way. So having one person cremated and taken apart from the family is probably not in everybody's plan. So with that in mind, as we enter the garden of the Holy Family Columbarium, we shouldn't be surprised to find that there aren't too many people here. At first glance, it looks like there's absolutely nobody here. We'll find out in a minute that that's not true. Now, the columbarium was built by Eichhoff Columbaria, a company which seems to be pretty well established in this space. That's spelled Eichhoff. And this facility has 1,488 total companion niches, which means there's room for 2. 96 pre-assembled columbarium niches, and a total capacity for 2,976 individual urns. I'm a little surprised they didn't go bigger on this, but they're obviously testing the waters, and I'm sure they did their research. But I also wonder if the structure isn't modular, such that if they ever do reach capacity, maybe they could just keep stacking them higher and higher. Wow, man. Well, I sure hope that airplane noise doesn't drown me out. So we come around the corner here, and here's where we start to see that these niches are being sold and are being occupied. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 9 altogether. And this one is a bit poignant. I don't know if it would be poignant in its way if the very first interment here was an infant. Now, to say that there's only 8 or 9 people here is to skip the fact that many of these niches are probably being sold on a pre-need basis. So we can assume that that's the case, but I really like it, I have to say. I'm impressed. I like that it's outdoors, although that would seem to erase the potential for the display of urns. And if you've been to other columbaria, you may have noticed that some of those urns get pretty fancy and pretty creative. But it would be interesting to know if there's an option to have the granite panel replaced with some weatherproof glass for the display of artistic cremation urns. Well, that's all I had to say. Thanks for checking in.